The Chiefs played the Falcons in Atlanta yesterday, and we have to go over this one. Second quarter tie game. Matt Ryan looking to throw over the middle, and Eric Berry says thank you very much. Takes this one all the way home for the pick six. Then late in the fourth quarter, Falcons up one after a touchdown going for two, and it's Berry again with the huge pick, and he'll take it all the way down the field for a 2-point score, leading the Chiefs to a 29-28 victory in Atlanta. A huge game for Berry in his hometown. And you know what? I love talking about this guy because just 2 years ago, he was being treated for Hodgkin's lymphoma, and now here he is making big plays on a big stage.
Right, and so it seems like shooting and scoring, as simple as that seems, has been the issue. But not only this year, I mean, this is going back to the 80s. I mean, the last time to see DePaul's success, that's how far you have to go back. So what can they do as a program to put themselves back in the Big East conversation?
Well, sometimes the best way to learn about the future is to talk about the past. So let's go back to the late 70s when the Blue Demons were in the Final Four, and they were 3 points away from a victory against Indiana State, led by, Larry Bird. Maybe you've heard of him. But, Coach Meyer had those teams playing very well because he understood the personality and the identity of the basketball players on his team. And so, also, they benefited from a huge home court advantage. They were playing in Chicago, and so I think that's where it starts. The Blue Demons are not going to be playing in Lincoln Park in the foreseeable future, but with a new arena on the horizon, I think they're going to be able to really feed off a home court advantage.
The Blazers traveled to Memphis to take on the Grizz, and this one was very lopsided early. Damian Lillard will pull up for three early in the first quarter, and that one will go. He's shooting 36% from behind the arc. Later in the first quarter, Lillard finds Mason Plumlee, who gives it right back for the easy two. We go to the second quarter, and it's CJ McCollum getting through the defenders to hit a tough shot, and then Lillard will get another one to go before the break. So it was all Blazers here in the first half, Memphis shooting under 30%, but we'll skip ahead to the fourth quarter, and this is where things get interesting. With 7 minutes left in the fourth, the Blazers have an 11-point lead as Evan Turner hits a jumper to make it 13. At this point, a guy by the name of Marc Gasol says no more. He snags the offensive board there and puts it back up for two. The very next possession, Gasol, elbow, jumper, good, and the lead is cut to 5. On the next possession, Gasol, sizing the defender, behind the back, spinning, shooting, and that one is good. And if that wasn't enough for you, Gasol runs the floor, gets a wide open three, and that one will go, so the lead is down to 2. Blazers don't score, so the ball goes back to Memphis, and a guy by the name of Troy Daniels only had 5 points, and there's 3 of them. Memphis takes a 1-point lead. At that point in the game, it was Tony Douglas' time as he hits the 2 to put the Grizz back up 1. And in a tie game with 7 seconds left, Plumlee has a chance to take the lead, but he misses the free throw, and Douglas now, with time, will come all the way up the court, and he'll get a shot to win the game. It's no good, but he is fouled in the act of shooting. Lillard can't believe what he's seeing and will take another look as Douglas goes to his right, takes the step back jumper, definitely some contact, and he would get free throws and hit them both to ice the game for the Grizz. To discuss some of the biggest moves that have surfaced thus far in the meetings, here's the host of baseball talk show Chicks Dig the Long Ball on Radio DePaul Sports and all-around stand-up guy Joe Lorendi. Joe, how are we feeling today?
I'm doing great, RJ. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I want to start here with you on what I think is the biggest move so far to come out of these winter meetings, and that is Chris Sale going to the Red Sox. What is your take on this deal? What does this move do for the Red Sox going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge deal for the Boston Red Sox right now. I mean, then that's the key word. It's now for the Boston Red Sox. I mean, they had a good team before, and they were favorites in the AL, even last year going into the postseason. Now even more with adding Chris Sale. This team is, without a doubt, the favorite to represent the AL in the World Series next year. Let's just break it down from just their starting rotation right now is just absolutely amazing. You're going to probably have Chris Sale at number 1, who they just got. Then you go on to Rick Porcello, who was the reigning Cy Young winner, and then David Price is their third pitcher. This rotation for the Red Sox is very, very scary. moving forward, and there's no doubt about that. This team is going to be the favorites in the AL come next season.
Now, your Wildcats, they're 5-2 on the season. They're coming off a good win against Wake Forest, a good Wake Forest team. What has been the key to their success so far this season?
Well, yeah, as you said, and it's got to be Bryant McIntosh, the junior guard. He's had a fantastic campaign for Northwestern this season. He's really took steps forward. He can hurt you in a variety of ways. He's been in a shooting slump as of late, but in the second half of that game versus Wake Forest, he went 10 of 10 shooting, 2 from 2 from behind the arc, and got 20 points that second half to lead Northwestern to a 65-58 victory. And that's just been one of the keys for Northwestern all season.